Art is like mythology. It's a symbolic expression of deeper psychological content. Whether as a painting or poetry, story or song, art is a doorway to meaning. The images, symbols and metaphors point us to personal and universal aspects of the human experience. So in this short video, I just want to explore some of the themes of chapter 4 by looking at the sound of silence. Hello darkness, my old friend, the immortal line that points us towards an image of the soul. Something out of sight, something in the shadows, and yet something familiar, an old friend that speaks to us, that communicates through vision and image and symbol, planting its seeds, something that will grow and germinate, ideas, nudges that will flourish. And yet at the end of the verse, we also hear what might happen if we don't listen to these nudges, the sound of silence. Life is a journey that must existentially be walked alone. At times it can seem like a dream or even soulless, walking through a world that can be cold and harsh. And yet there are moments of revelation and insight that can reconnect us to our soul, that splits the night into dichotomy and polarity and touches the sound of silence. Ignoring the calling of our own soul is something that can spread, much in the same way as awakening to the calling of our own soul is something we might want to spread. And yet the size of this task can seem overwhelming, much like silent raindrops echoing in the wells of silence. So the realization is we find ourselves in a society where people don't really speak their truth, where people don't listen for the truth of others, where people don't want to express their souls. They don't have the courage to disturb this conformity and normality. Instead, many people continue to worship the trappings of a modern materialistic society. And yet the words of the prophets are written in the everyday acts of rebellion, of standing up for our uniqueness as soul. And this will keep calling, softly calling throughout our life in the sounds of silence. So thank you for listening. I hope you find something valuable for you in chapter 4 of this book. Goodbye.